Now, I'm sure you guys heard the news this morning that Howard Stone's show has been canceled. His radio show on Sirius XM that has been going for the past 20 years is going up in smoke because, according to this article from page 6, they're going to make him an offer he can refuse. Now, as you can see, he's got a big 5-year contract where he was being paid $500 million. That's $100 million a year. Don't know why they were paying him that kind of money because pretty much he was on Sirius XM. How many ads actually appear on Sirius XM? How many people actually listen to Sirius XM? Sirius XM competes with terrestrial broadcast radio, and it also still competes with podcasting. So who in their right mind thought it would be a great idea to pay Howard Stern $500 million for 5 years? Now, this isn't because of his Trump derangement or anything like that, because he obviously is Trump deranged. This is just, in my view, common sense. No one listens to the station. It's really hard to really get the service. You need, for the longest time, you needed a special device to try to listen to Sirius XM radio. But I'm pretty sure a lot of the newer cars just have it completely built in now. If you buy a brand new car nowadays, they'll give you 90 days or however many months free of the service before you just say, you know what, I don't want to keep this service anymore, because you come to find out that you listen to your phone more than you listen to your radio. It's just absolutely stupid to have given him this type of contract. And just goes right off here. Stern's contract is up in the fall, and while Sirius is planning to make him an offer, they don't intend for him to take it. So, yeah, because I'm pretty sure Sirius XM's coming in saying, hey, we don't have the funds to be able to pay that salary anymore. The entire market is completely different now. Would you be willing to take $100 million for 10 years or $100 million for 5 years? And I'm pretty sure Howard Stern's like, nah, I'm not going to take that. That's a severe pay cut. And of course, like, dude, you're 71 years old. You're gonna keep talking on the radio as if you're 80 years old. You're gonna be going the way of Imus, and Howard Stern hated Imus. Howard Stern hated Imus. Imus was on the radio for until his dying breath. He didn't care for Rush Limbaugh. He didn't care for Mad Cow or anything like that. And it just ended up in the exact same position. Maybe he might go in there and decide to start a podcast and see who would really come on to be a podcast. But how would you really do that in today's environment, when the entire culture has just completely shifted more rightward thanks to the president, Donald Trump? People are just over the Trump derangement, the 24 hours, 7 days a week Trump derangement. And that's all people like Howard Stern has to offer. Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel, he's going to be on the chopping block, I bet. Jon Stewart, so is he. Them bitches at The View, which is just one of the most hateful shows anywhere in the country. I'm surprised that one is lasting as long as it has. Joy Reid lost her job. Emilio Acosta, Jim Acosta, that's what it goes by. He lost his job. Don Lemon, that sassy, zesty, half black dude, he lost his job. It's just no currency in just always being angry and being Trump deranged. You got to come up with something more exciting. And the reason why that is because half the country voted for the man. Actually, more than half the country voted for Trump this time around. And so most of those people are going to say, wait a minute, why are you doing this? What benefit do you get with going ahead and just talking bad about Trump 24/7? We'll go ahead and let this play in the background while I'm talking. You know, and just going back on Howard Stern has been a fixture in pop culture for 40 years. Look at that. He got the Che Guevara star on his shirt, an old Jew walking around with the commie star. And not realizing that the Jews were sent to the ovens by the commies just as much as they were by the Nazis. Now they weren't sent to the quote unquote physical ovens in the Soviet Union, but they were just as persecuted over in in communist Soviet Union as they were in Nazi Germany. But don't expect them to know that or anything. And again, he's 71 years old. He's been a fixture in radio and broadcasting for more than most people have been alive. And I used to listen to Howard Stern back in the day, back when he had Arnie on there, when he had Stuttering John. Beetlejuice was a fixture on this show. Had all kinds of weird cast of characters on his show, and he would interview all kinds of weird people that really wouldn't be welcome on any type of regular broadcast show, whether radio or television. And that's what really helped build him up to where he was. Remember, if you go see his movie Private Parts was a pretty good movie, I thought. It really gave a really good history of how Howard Stern got to where he was. I'd like to say that he was probably Jerry Springer and Maury Povich and those types of shows before they were. So he was very influential for a time. In fact, for me, when here's how I found out about 9/11. When I was driving to work in my nice little 2000 Acura Integra Type R Championship. Yeah, I love that car. That was one of my most favorite cars, but I digress on that point. As I was driving into work, I'm listening to the radio. I'm listening to Howard Stern as I normally do on my drive in. And I realized that he was being more serious than usual. He was just delivering his broadcast as if it was straight news. And he was reciting the events that were happening that day, talking about how there was a plane that crashed into one building and it just was on fire and everything like that. And that's when, as the information started coming through, we started realizing that it was a terrorist attack. And that's what he told us. It was a terrorist attack. That was when I first heard of what was going on the 9/11 2001. But we're far away from that type of Howard Stern now. He has allowed himself to become corporatized, mainstreamized, if you will. He got in with the in crowd. He finally got his due, got in with the in crowd, and he started being more safe in the type of content that he took on. When he went over to Sirius XM, he realized that at the time he knew that a lot of his audience would not follow him over to Sirius XM, and he paid dearly for it. He may have gotten all the money in the world, but the thing is he lost his influence. Nobody really followed Howard Stern like that. In fact, the more he appeared in the news, the reason he would appear in the news is because he would say some dumb nonsense about politics. He started politicking. Like, wait a minute, dude. You used to be the one that was anti-politics. You would just have anybody on your show, and I'm gonna get to that in this towards the end there. You would have anybody on your show, and now all of a sudden you've chosen a side. You've chosen to just sit there and just tell people, hey, if you don't want to support me, or if you support Trump, then don't listen to my show. And of course, people took you up on that. People took you up on that and told you, hey, if you don't want our business, then we're just going to go away. And of course, that started hurting a lot of these companies. A lot of these companies that decided that, oh, we're just going to cater to one half of the country, realize, oh, wait a minute. You mean those conservatives have money and they spend money and they shop in this country too? You're going to learn it one way or another. But with that being said, as I close this out, I want to show you guys something here. I was looking at Jason Whitlock earlier, and Jason Whitlock had a very interesting Howard Stern skit that I didn't even know about. But I want you guys to watch this Howard Stern skit and realize that there's some hypocrisy on the part of Howard Stern and on the part of the people that actually support Howard Stern. Let me go ahead and roll it, and I'm gonna just sit here and stay silent. I'm gonna take myself off the screen because I want you guys to see this full screen without me on it, and I'll come back later.
Everything I'm gonna say here tonight, so it's all right. Ain't that right, you smelly nigga?
I didn't write that.
Well, you is a smelly nigga. I got some more jokes for your New Year's Eve party there.
You're not tired of this.
And don't be racially offended, cause Whoopi done wrote them for me, okay? Here we go.
Go ahead.
Black hole.
Black hole.
You're gonna love this. Hey, look at that. What do I loves most about the Whoopi? Yeah.
Such great timing.
Hey, Robin, what does you call a black rocket scientist?
I don't know,
A
Dad.
nigga. Whoopi wrote it. Whoopi wrote it. Hey, did you happen to notice this?
No, what
this
is that?
This my mother, Mama Dancing. Why, she done working blackface too.
She must be very proud.
Yeah.
Now I know you really love me, Ted. You the man.
I tell you, you the man. What done happened to Sherman's career? It's really over the end. I want you to give us a kiss, you smelly coghead coon. I love
May
you.
I say something here?
Oh, you can say whatever you want, you smelly nigga. Whoopi wrote that.
That's it, Ted. You didn't know I was going to say that. Whoopi had no chance to write it. I don't accept that kind of language. You can call her whatever you want, but you don't talk to me that way or I'll leave.
Well, don't let the door hit you on your big black ass, mama, on the way out of here. Now, where was I?
All right, so you guys had a chance to watch that, and yeah, that has to be. Now, if we're going to go according to what was going on in today's parlance, that has got to be one of the worst racist skits I have ever seen. And he did it just so he can go ahead and be able to say such harsh things. Now, Sherman Hemsley, I at first thought that Sherman Hemsley was cool with this entire skit. Apparently, no. At the beginning of that, you heard that he said, "Oh, wait a minute, I didn't know you had wrote that." And then he started to say that Whoopi Goldberg had wrote this. So somebody should ask Whoopi Goldberg, "Hey, do you remember this Howard Stern skit? I know you like to sit over there and jump ugly on Donald Trump, talk about Donald Trump being all kinds of racist and everything. Did you help write this skit for Howard Stern?" You notice how Robin Quivers got really upset when Howard Stern started talking racially towards her, using racial slurs towards her, and how she got offended by that. Yeah. I mean, like, why hasn't Howard Stern been canceled for this? Now, I'm not saying that he should be canceled for this or anything like that, but understand that SiriusXM offered him that contract knowing that this is out there. They had to have done their homework before he had put this out there and everything. I've never seen this before. Never seen this before or anything like that, but he's never been canceled. Jimmy Kimmel's never been canceled for his portrayal of blackface. You got all the pro-blacks out there that are running around talking about, hey, this is all blackface. You can't be doing that. If you race swap a white guy to a black guy, or rather a black guy to a white guy, that's blackface. What you think about this right here? Where's Al Sharpton and the Eli Mistles, the Roland S. Martins, the and all the other race hustlers out there? I don't know. There's so many damn out there. The Jamel Hills. Where you guys at? Whatever the case may be, Howard Stern is well past his prime. And it's a good thing that he's going to be off the air. Those are my thoughts. Jump down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. This Chris Bolt signing off. And you guys have yourself a good night.